What's going on, Washington fans? What the fuck? I mean, I don't know. I I don't know. Maybe I was too optimistic going into that game. Maybe I felt too good about that. But what the fuck? That's all I can say. Um, I don't know, man. Welcome to the stream, y'all. We got a lot to talk about. Jaden Daniels, Cliff Kingsbury, Dan Quinn. The defense, like God, man. Wow, I really did not feel like doing this after that game, but we got to talk about this. Absolutely have to talk about this, y'all. Welcome in. Everybody's hopping in. Washington loses 26-18. Drop your thoughts in the chat, y'all. I'm gonna get to y'all's chats as I always do. Appreciate y'all stopping by here. Fuck sleep, man. I wouldn't sleep after this anyways. And you know who else is gonna lose sleep? Jaden Daniels, Cliff Kingsbury, and Dan Quinn. Because my God, that first half was awesome. Like what happened? Where has the offense gone? At times versus the Steelers, and then the whole entire game versus the Eagles. Where did it go? We're gonna talk about Jaden. Jaden was not good tonight, at all. What's going on, y'all? Will said some changes need to happen. 2 major games in a row blown because offense cannot capitalize or outright can't produce when it matters. Y'all, even with the offensive tackles being healthy, Coleman was questionable. Wiley was questionable. Lucas was questionable going into the game. All 3 active. Coleman was getting worked bad. Wiley had really bad moments too. Interior line was getting worked at times like I haven't seen before. Like Jalen Carter was being Jalen Carter. I mean, he did a swipe move on Wiley on that B-Rob run on, what was it, 2nd or 3rd down where he went for on 4th down. And we're going to talk about that 4th down, by the way, going for it there. Holy fuck, I hated that call. Holy fuck, I hated that call so bad. How do you not take the lead when your offense is not doing shit the entire game and you say, okay, we're going to just give the Eagles a short field to drive down the field and make it a 2-possession game potentially and put more stress on your offense that's not doing anything? What was that call? I need somebody in Washington media to please ask that question after the game or tomorrow or whatever day they talk to him. Who decided to go for it on 4th down? Was that Dan Quinn saying, hey, Cliff, do you want to go for it? You got something here? We'll go for it if you feel good about it. Or was it like as soon as the 3rd down happened, on a drive that had so much momentum, we were driving down the field. And then it just got to stop behind the line of scrimmage. I'm like, after that 3rd down, was Quinn just like, fuck it, go for it? Like, we need to go for it. Let's be aggressive. Our offense, like, we got to just have faith in them. I'm all for having faith in your offense, but they haven't shown you anything the whole game. Pretty bold to go for it there. Pretty bold to not take the lead when Elliott missed so many kicks. 2 kicks and an extra point to say, hey, here you go. You make a field goal with Zane, who's kicking his ass off in that Chris Cooley having-ass jersey he has. You have a chance to go up 13-12, and you say, no, we're going to go for it, even though we just got shut down twice. And then I don't even know what the play was. Jay Daniels is like fumbling the ball. He's going around. Noah Brown stopped blocking Slay and started going over to Blankenship or whoever that was. Like, what happened? Where is the offense I love? Where is she? She don't live here no more. Oh man, let's get to some of y'all's chats, man. Yeah, for sure. Defense played good though for the most part. I'm not even mad at the defense. Like, played way better than I thought they would. AJ Brown, 5 catches, 65 yards, and one was that 25-yarder. Dallas Goedert had 61. Of course, Saquon had 146 yards rushing at the end. Didn't really do shit until then. That one catch he had for 43 yards, like that was bad defense. I don't know who missed that tackle in the middle of the field. I've already fucking erased this game out of my mind. Thank God we have a mini bye week coming up, y'all. Thank God we have a mini bye week. This team needs a bye week more than anybody. We get a half a bye week. Our bye week is not until week 14, so we still have games to play until we get to our bye. Jaden finally looked like a rookie tonight, 7-4. We're not quite ready to compete with the playoff teams right now, and that's okay. Jaden clearly not himself. Worst play calling game of the year. Defense straight up carried us, and the offense doesn't show up. Jaden looked like a rookie tonight. Can't even talk about the defense. They did what they could. They did what they could. Like, yo, shout out to Mikey Samerstill. I love that man with every ounce of my heart, man. Watching him, like, I want to fucking tear up watching Mikey Samerstill play football. That is how football should be played. He doesn't care where you put him on the field, outside, slot, corner, like safety. It doesn't matter. Mikey Samerstill, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jahan Dropson. It doesn't matter. Mikey Samerstill will lock them down. A tight end screen on the outside in open space. Mikey Samerstill gives up, 6-7 inches on the guy and probably 100 pounds, and he still sure tackles them every single time. Shout out to Mikey Samerstill, bro. Agent Zero, Frozone, Dad of the Year. Mikey Samerstill, we love you, man. The defense did what they could. Luvu balled out. I mean, aside from the two Barkley runs, but like at that point, we knew the game was over. We knew the game was over. Every time they got on the field, they gave the opportunity to the offense to take the lead, to take the game over, and put this away. Our offense couldn't do that. The Eagles did when we gave them the chance. The Eagles gave us that opportunity the entire game to drive down the field and do something. And we couldn't do it. And then we finally gave them the opportunity to do so at the end of the game, and they did it. That was the difference. First off, talent-wise, the Eagles have probably the best roster on paper in the entire NFL. It's not even – I don't think it's close. I think anyone can agree with that. I think they underperform all the time. I actually feel bad for Eagles fans because Nick Sirianni is so bad. He's such a bad coach. Eagles fans should hate that fucking dweeb. Their team is so much better than they always look. It is crazy. Like, they should be in the Super Bowl every year with the roster they have. They are loaded. And they have drafted really well the last few years. They underperform every game. Like, I hate Eagles fans. But sometimes I'm like, y'all should be pissed because y'all's coach sucks. But I'm telling you, our guys hung with them. But at the end of the day, we don't have the receivers. We're lacking talent. I mean, I would say, Marshawn Lattimore, if he would have played, like if he's healthy, it would have made a big difference. But like what? Our defense actually played well. In my opinion, I think Jade looked terrible. I don't think he's okay. I think he's hurt. I think he's playing it off more. I think that as fans, we thought he was okay, but I don't think he's okay. And then I'm going to tell you all the stats on the receiving. It was bad. It was bad. What's going on, Doug? Jaden looked hurt, bruh, and that play calling was awful. Let's go, Cap says, still, though, with 8 minutes left, you cannot lose hope like that so quickly. Von Cash, the defense played their ass off. This was pure offensive choking away. Anthony, man, look, hey, straight up, y'all won this game. We're going to see y'all again. And I pray to God the Washington team that I know we have is who y'all get next time. When y'all come to Washington, we're going to split this series. We're going to sweep the Cowboys. We're still going to win the NFC East. So come back at the very end of the year when we're heading into the playoffs as a higher seed than y'all. Play calling was trash. Absolutely. Jaden's definitely hurt. I agree. Honestly, I think Jalen Hurts was hurt in that first half too. My boy, his eyes were like crossing, floating away. Like I love Jalen Hurts because I'm an Alabama fan. He's just a really good guy. I love Jalen Hurts. My boy was hurt. He got that Luvu hit, and then when he got hit like face down in the dirt again, I don't know what they saw in that medical tent. I don't know if he woke up from it, but he was definitely hurt. But Jaden with his hand and his ribs still. It's funny because they keep talking about that. They keep saying like, oh, they're still doing stuff on the sideline. They don't show it too much, but they're still doing stuff on the sideline to his ribs. So it is a little concerning. Combat Sports Talk says I have completely lost faith in these guys. There's bad, but tonight is piss poor, terrible. I don't want to say I've lost faith in this team. I will say I think we're starting to come back down to earth. I mean, I think the expectations should still be what they are. I feel like we're still way ahead of schedule. If you would have told me that we'd have been 7-4 to start the season, I'm like, holy shit, sign me up. I don't think any of us would be as mad as we are right now. I don't think any of us would be as mad as we are right now. Let's see. Every ball he throws goes into the dirt. I mean, it was bad, and we've had some drops too. Jaden's hurt, bro. I think he is. Josh, same old Cliffs, same old bullshit. Different year. Cliff starts the year off calling QB friendly games as the season goes by. Yeah, it turns to shit. Jaden Daniels does not look like himself. Cliff Kingsbury plays call like Scott Turner. Oof. Defense played good enough to win that last couple touchdowns. I wasn't even mad because offense ain't it. Dude, I agree with you, Nico. Shout out to Nico, man. Appreciate the support. Like 1 second on score, we knew this was gonna happen. We knew this was gonna happen. It still comes down to why are you putting your team in a position to go down 2 possessions and with an offense that can't score? I'm not even worried about what we score at the end in the Zach Ertz 2-point conversion. Fuck that. I'm not even thinking about that. Like, to me, that score's not even on here. Like, I'm not even worried about that. Why are you not kicking the field goal going up 13-12? Momentum is one of the craziest things in sports, and it is the most realistic. It's real. Momentum exists in sports. If you do not believe me, just watch this game. Watch this game. Watch any high-profile college football game. Momentum is one of the strongest things in football. Momentum can outdo talent. I have seen it. You see it in all these upsets in college football. You see it in upsets in the NFL. Not even just football, any sport. Go watch like March Madness games and stuff like that when there's upsets. Momentum is real. Momentum can win a game over talent. And we had a chance to keep the momentum. We felt good first half. I was like, okay, we're not playing that good, but I still feel good about how our defense is. I feel like our offense can wake up. As long as we keep scoring points, I'm okay. Guys, we beat the Giants with just field goals. Do y'all remember that? I don't care if we would have beat the Eagles with 1 touchdown and, all field goals or whatever. I wouldn't have cared. Going up 13-12, how do you not accept that? As a head coach or as an offensive coordinator, whoever's decision it was, how do you not say we want to just take the lead back in the fourth quarter? Blows my mind, man. Daniels off tonight finally looks like a rookie. Jaden got to be hurt because he was throwing balls at feet. Let's see. I'm going to try to get to all y'all's chats because a lot of them appreciate y'all. Offense played so fucking soft and JD laughing with the Eagles players. Bro, at the end of the day, yeah, Jaden's going to be pissed. I'm not even – I don't care about that post-game shit. Like, the game is over. Of course they're pissed. Like, what are they going to do? Like, cuss out their buddies and, like, best friends? Like, come on. Y'all know better than that. But, I mean, I'm pissed. I know Jaden's pissed. And Jaden's going to watch the tape and be pissed. Let's see what we got here. Trying to go through y'all. What's going on, Bradley? Cliff got to hold the L for tonight. Bad coaching. You have to kick that. Jaden wasn't on all night and got blown up a third down. Just terrible. I mean, that whole drive was crazy to me. Like, we were driving down the field with ease and then just stopped and just got shut down because of the runs that we had. Like I said, y'all, appreciate y'all blowing up the chat. I'm going to try to get to all of these, but it's not easy. Swaggy P, appreciate the super chat. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and become a member to support the channel if you haven't already. Swaggy P says we didn't get the Eagles fumble. I knew it was GG's, bro. That fumble, that was a chance. Shout out to Quan, man. Quan's been getting these fumbles and he's been ripping them out and he's been peanut punching. Like, shout out to Quan's effort, man. And he was pissed afterwards because he knew. He's like, guys, that was it. Go back and watch that. Quan popped it out of who's it, Calcaterra's hands, I think it was him. And man, what would have happened if we fell on that first off? Like, the offense probably would have punted, but still, like, Quan was pissed afterwards, man. I feel bad for Quan, man. And it bounced like 5 yards down the field. She's like, how do we not get that, man? How do we not get that? This is a struggling one, man. This is a frustrating one. So frustrating. I'm so glad Sunday we just get to just watch games and just whatever. Then we have the Cowboys at home, 11-24. They're beat up. They're terrible. At least we have the Cowboys next. If we lose to the Cowboys, this fan base is going to fucking implode. Implode. But if we beat the Cowboys, we'll be like, okay. You know, as bad as they are, as much as they suck, no Dak Prescott, everybody's banged up, whatever. We're a banged up team, y'all. I'm telling y'all, this loss is a lot of things. Jaden being hurt, play calling sucks, other guys being hurt, us not having a bye week till week 14. There's so much that goes into this, and it's not even just excuses. It's reality. This team's beat up. The Eagles are good. I mean, I don't know what to say. We played like shit. The Eagles are good. We're hurt. Jaden was off. Play calling sucked. We still had opportunities to win the game. There's not a lot of light in this. There's a little keyhole in a door of light. This team still fights to the end, even when it's ugly. Even when it's ugly. Like, God, it's so frustrating, y'all. I feel bad for the people on the East Coast. I'm over here Central Time. It's only 10:30. There's people up 11:30. Got to go to work tomorrow. Like, this is a tough one, man. Jaden looking scared and hurt since Carolina, bro. Ain't pulling any wide open RPOs at all. I'm fine with him not running the ball. I'll tell y'all what bothers me. And like I said, y'all, appreciate y'all in the chat. I'm going to try to get to everything. It's blowing up tonight. Appreciate y'all. Listen to this. Our leading target for the game was Austin Eckler. Had 9 targets and he had 8 catches for 89 yards. Shout out Austin Eckler. Second was Ertz with 7 targets, 6 catches. Third was John Bates, had 3 targets and 2 catches. Terry McLaurin had 2 targets, 1 catch, which came in the fourth quarter for 10 yards. Alameda Zaccheaus had 2 targets. B-Rob had 1. Noah Brown had 4. De'Ami Brown had 2. Luke McCaffrey had 1. Our wide receivers had 2, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 targets total on the game. That is terrible. 11 targets for wide receivers. Guys, we need wide receiver help. And this has been known. This has been known since Ayuk, which we checked in on and said no, and that's fine. I respect it. We had a lot of smoke at the trade deadline looking for wide receivers. Once again, fine. Adam Thielen, KJ Osborne, who were we about to get? There was no real wide receivers out here that were going to blow us away. D-Hop, you can say D-Hop. You can say Amari Cooper. I get it. But when it came down to it, we traded for Marshawn Lattimore. Big time need. Absolutely big need. Are you really going to trade premium draft pick for a corner and a wide receiver at the trade deadline there? No. You don't get desperate. You don't say, oh, let's freak out and just throw everything we can and get something, make something happen. No. This offseason, we still have a ton of money. We still have really good draft picks. We're adding a premier wide receiver on the outside. I promise y'all, and I cannot wait. There's a lot of draft guys I like. It's not the craziest NFL draft with at all, but wide receiver-wise, but there's guys I like. Then you have some free agents like T. Higgins and stuff. We need help. We need help. SOS. Someone hit the life alert button. We need help on offense. We cannot keep doing these Austin Eckler screens, these check downs or fucking Ertz and John Bates. And like, we can't do it. We're not going to survive that way. And I get it. Force things to Terry. Which I kind of agree, but I'm not going to lie. Quinyon Mitchell is a dog. I love Quinyon Mitchell coming out of Toledo. Big time Mitchell fan. If you watch it, it's not like Terry was just wide open every play and Jaden was missing them. It was good coverage. I mean, there definitely was times Jaden was missing guys open. I'm not saying that wasn't the case, but I'm just saying I don't want people to think, should you still feed Terry? Absolutely. More than 2 targets? 2 targets, that's something I have a very hard time accepting. 2 targets for Terry McLaurin. Who had more targets than Terry? De'Ami had the same amount. Noah Brown had twice as much. Alameda Zaccheaus had the same. John Bates had more. Zach Ertz had more. Austin Eckler had more. I have a very hard time accepting that at all. We controlled the game for 3 quarters, and Saquon took off in the fourth. And our offense did nothing. Our offense ran out of gas when the game started. Like we showed up with our engine light on, and we couldn't do anything at all. We need rest. The team is gassed. I'm telling y'all, I agree. This team is beyond gas, y'all. First off, the games we've played, the Bears game, fucking nail biter, physical, Hail Mary, emotional ass game. The Giants game, another one where it's physical. I know they're not that good, but they put up a hell of a fight with us. And then the Steelers, a physical game. Oh my God, that Steelers game took a lot out of us. Took a lot out of us. And then a short week traveling to Philly, banged up. I know guys were playing, but no one out there is 100%. No one out there is 100%. We need rest. We need this half a bye, and we need our bye week in week 14. Bad. Down that stretch. I feel really good about our post bye. I think it's right after the Titans. I think it's Cowboys, Titans, bye week. Then we have the Saints. That Saints, Eagles, Falcons, Cowboys stretch, I feel really good about that. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm stupid, and I'm not going to disagree with you. Beat the shit out of the Cowboys. Beat the shit out of the Titans. I'll be there, by the way. Let me know if y'all are going. Hit me up. And, we are then 9-4, and then we have our bye. We can get healthy. We can figure shit out. We can kind of, recalibrate. And then hit this last 4-game stretch of Saints, Eagles, Falcons, Cowboys. I feel good about that. But I'm not going to say things need to change. People need to be fired. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy because I don't think that's the case at all. I think there's just so many factors into this, but this team is gashed. This team is exhausted. This team just needs a fucking break, man. This team needs a break. Eric said, I swear we might have the dumbest fan base. Now all of a sudden, Jaden and Cliff suck after one bad game, but this same geniuses thought Heineke was a franchise QB. I can't with some of y'all. I will say this, and I tweeted this out. I literally had people mentioning me and DMing me saying that Jalen Hurts, that Jaden Daniels, I'm just looking at Jalen Hurts, that Jaden Daniels is hitting his rookie wall and back down to reality, and pretty much just saying oh, he's not as good as what we've seen. This is what who he really is. And I had people even tell me that Marcus Mariota should have started this game. First off, no, Marcus Mariota should not be on the field. I can somewhat hear you if you're saying it's because you don't think Jaden Daniels is healthy. Then I'm okay. And if you're just trying to protect him, whatever. But he's good enough to play. Does he look good? Does he look healthy on the field? No. Does he look okay? Does he look comfortable? No, not at all. So I get what you're saying. But he gives you the best chance to win the game. It is not the same as the Bears game. It is not the same where he was fresh off his injury. It's been a little while. And I'm not saying I think he is hurt. I think he's hurt. I don't think he's healthy. But no, you play him. You play him. I know he looked like ass. I know he looked bad. And I will agree with you on that. But no, you play him, y'all. I got so much of that. This team the fan base has PTSD. Guys, we're 7-4. I know you don't want to hear it, but we're 7-4. We're still way ahead of schedule. We just got to play better. We have to play better. Son, Jaden is fucking hurt. Why did we run it with him 4 times? I'm not mad at him running the ball. Does it blow me away? Whatever. Okay, this is interesting. Breaking news. This is interesting. Shout out to Nikki. Dan Quinn opened his presser by addressing the 4th and 2. He says, quote unquote, bold call. Certainly don't love the execution and result. I don't know if I don't know how to read that. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Bold call. Certainly don't love the execution and result. Is that meaning that he had a bold call? and he just didn't love how it turned out? Or is it like a bold call by Cliff? Not a big fan of what happened. And then Terry said on if he was surprised by not being targeted before the third quarter. It happens. I can only control what I can, and I'm going to keep focusing on that. Very Terry answer. I mean, Rio said we're on big fraud alert. I'm just trying to catch up to the absolute meltdown. I don't know, man. I still think we're a good team. I think we've shown that we're still a good team. Shit happens. This is the NFL. Shit happens. Like I said, I'm going to try to get to some of y'all's chats. Holy fuck, y'all are blowing it up. Appreciate it. All the Eagles fans in the chat, hey, no hate at all, man. Y'all fucking won. I can't sit here and talk shit. Y'all won. Congrats. Y'all won. Y'all still have Nick Sirianni's dweeb ass as your head coach, though. So I can sleep at night knowing I got Dan Quinn as my head coach. Because fucking Nick Sirianni looks like he should own a jewelry shop with Big Dom. Fucking dweeb. He's awful. Y'all's team is way better than what y'all always look like. Jaden is still him. For some reason, Eagles fans think that Jaden sucks now. That's fine. Like I said, we will see y'all December 22nd at home. We're going to win that one. So, this is still a playoff team. I think so, for real. I think it is. I think tomorrow I'm going to be like, whatever. I think this one sucks so much because it's the fucking Eagles and we hate the Eagles. I think that's why this one sucks so much. One, because we look like absolute shit. And two, it's because it's the Eagles. If we would have lost this game to like the Falcons, I don't think we're melting down like this bad. Okay, we got more news update. Dan Quinn said Jaden Daniels was not hindered by the rib injury. Said Daniels was limited by it in the Chicago game, but it hasn't proved, and he wasn't affected in it by this game. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm buying that 100%. I think this offense just needs to recalibrate for real. I think, once again, I still think this team is way ahead of schedule. I think this team's still way ahead of schedule. Who would have thought we would be 7-4? Nobody. Not a single one of y'all would have looked at the schedule and be like, oh, yeah, Washington's definitely going to be 7-4. Second in the NFC East. None of us. I didn't. I said this was a 10-win team, but I didn't think it'd be 7-4. Like, I was just praying a shit ton of people got hurt. Like, 9 was generous. Like, I still think this is a good team, y'all. We can be pissed and we can cuss as much as we want tonight. Next week, we have the Cowboys, or on the 24th of November, we have the Cowboys. And we're going to smack the shit out of them. I think the Eagles fans are going to agree with that. Let's see what we got here. We need to find ways to convert in the red zone, a problem all season. It is. That's why I was glad to have B-Rob back. I mean, maybe we should just start, shoving our head up our quarterback's ass like Philly does and see if that works. Because they can't like run an actual play in the red zone. But B-Rob had that touchdown. Like, cool. The offensive line, that was like their only good play, honestly, of the game. Offensive line was so bad today. I think everything was just bad except the defense, surprisingly, which we didn't think we would ever say. So I don't know, man. I think the Eagles defense is good. It's been a top 5 defense in the league. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say the Eagles suck. I'm not going to sit here and say the Eagles have a bad roster. I still think they underperform. But anyone in their right mind knows that the Eagles have one of the best, if not the best roster in the NFL. It doesn't take a genius to look at the roster and say, okay, what's concerning is how y'all underperform all the time. And y'all should be pissed about that. Absolutely, y'all's roster is better than ours. The Eagles roster is way better than Washington's. You're smoking crack if you don't think it's in a different league. But Eagles fans aren't going to be mad. They're not going to be mad until they're booing the players at the home field. They're gonna lose in the playoffs again, and then they're gonna start getting pissed again. Oh, is Jalen Hurts actually the quarterback? I don't know, man. Oh, Nick Sirianni, I don't know if he's a serious head coach, y'all. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It happens every fucking year. And then they do good in the regular season. Oh yeah, Jalen Hurts is Jesus, by the way. Nick Sirianni, he's such a player's coach on the sideline. We fucking love Nick Sirianni. And then you're gonna just lose in the first round, and have an extreme meltdown again. It's fine. That's fine. We don't have to be like that. We're ahead of schedule. I'm just reading press conference stuff, seeing if we're getting anything major here. Jalen Carter smacked Cosme really bad. He did a couple times. Like, Jalen Carter's a beast, man. How the league let the Eagles get Jalen Carter still blows my mind. Like I said, the Eagles have a good team. I'm not gonna sit here and talk shit and be like, oh, the Eagles suck. We're a better team. We're not a better team. We're not a better team, and we had that game even with our offense sucking the way it did until the fourth quarter. Defense, shout out to the defense, man. If y'all have watched the games this year, Jalen Hurts was getting roughed up that whole game. Defense actually showed up. But this one sucks. This one absolutely sucks. What's going on, Simba? Man, the play calling was horrible, and we had some drops, but JD did not have a good game today. He really didn't at all. I'd say this is the worst one for sure. The Tampa Bay Bucks game, I was at that game, and it was a different kind of bad because it was his first game, and we didn't really know what to expect. He still made some big plays. Like, he definitely made more than he did tonight. He had that cut on his hand. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say, I'm not a doctor. I don't want to sit here and say oh, that is why he was bad tonight. I saw a lot of things. I saw balls getting underthrown, hitting the wide receiver's feet. I saw Eckler drop one. We had a couple drops. We've had drops the last 2 weeks now. The offense, this is the best two defenses we've seen so far this season. This was, in my opinion, the 2-game stretch. The Steelers defense and the Eagles defense. From the front 7 to the back to the secondary. Hands down. Hands down the hardest defense. We won't see any defenses like this except for Philly again. Dan Quinn said on the 4th down attempt, part of the reasoning was that the Eagles were moving the ball well, wanted to keep control and hopefully get a touchdown. I'm still not buying that, DQ. You still would have took the lead if they would have moved the ball down the field and scored a touchdown, which they did. It would have been 19-13, and you would have given the ball to Jaden Daniels. And like I said, who knows? Obviously, the offense sucked. But you're still giving your rookie quarterback, who's been really good this season, a chance to drive down the field and score to go up 20-19. You take the lead any chance you can get. Going for it only because the Eagles were moving the ball. So if that's the case, then wouldn't you want to take the lead and make sure you get all the points you can to keep this close? Because who knows what happens? Like we said earlier in the stream, if that fumble that Quan Martin popped out, if we fall on that, it's a different ball game. It is a different ball game. I'm not buying that whole we went for it because they're moving down the field or whatever. I'm not buying that at all. The downs play. So the downs play happened. Philly gets the ball. Barkley ran it, gain of 3. I know it's Goddard. Goddard's the one that fumbled it and Calcaterra fell on it. Goddard, the second play of that drive, fumbles. If we fall on it, who knows what happens with that game? But you kick the field goal, go up 13-12. Obviously, that same exact fumble play doesn't happen, but you just take the points. Like I said, you don't know what happens that next drive. If the Eagles would have turned it over and you're up 13-12, you're in a really good position. There was 6 minutes left in the game? Oh, man. I don't know, man. Coleman got worked last week by Highsmith, and then he got worked today. And I get it. He's a 3rd round rookie. He's been great for us. He was hurt. I don't want to say we should have put Lucas in, but I think we should have put Lucas in. I think we should have played a lot more 12 personnel. I saw a lot of 2 running back formations. I would have loved that to be 12 personnel instead of 21. I would have loved more inline tight ends, whether it's Bates, whether it's Sinnott or Ertz, like chipping edge rushers. I would have loved to seen more of that. Just a chip before they get into the routes to help out Coleman and Wiley. This was definitely the tackles. I don't know. The Steelers are getting pressure, except Watt. Watt didn't do anything last week. But Nolan Smith, Sweat. I mean, even in the interior, like I said, Jalen Carter, like they were getting pressure. They were getting through. Like, first off, we don't have wide receivers outside of Terry. And then Jaden didn't have time. And then things were kind of going fast for Jaden because of that. And then he was also missing throws. It's just an all-around losing formula. Not a good formula. Go look at him running up until the Carolina game. Bro's hurt and playing scared, so he ain't taking the wide open RPOs to run for 50 yards. And he obviously can't complete the passes that he needs. I mean, I do think he's banged up. I'm not buying this whole he's not hurting his ribs. It didn't do anything for him. Shout out to Cameron for the super chat. 199 says sign Wirfs or Jackson to compete at tackle. Didn't Wirfs get signed to a long-term deal? I still have faith in these tackles. Like, they've been good so far this season. Like I said, Watt didn't do anything last week. I don't know. They all 3 came into the game hurt. 2 shoulder injuries and an ankle. They were all limited. They were all limited all week. They were all 3 questionable, like early yesterday. And I mean, it just did not look good today. And then they just played a really good D-line tonight. Really good, stacked, loaded D-line where they can rotate guys like Nolan Smith in, and he can have these fresh legs and just bend around the corner. Like, with, he's undersized. He has that speed. He can do that. Like, I'm fine with offensive tackles. Maybe Wiley, like, I don't know. I don't really like these tackles in the draft either. It's very top heavy. So maybe we do sign a free agent. But they've been fine up to this point. The pass protection, everything has been really good up to this game. Like the Steelers game, there were some bad moments. Jay Daniels, I'm frustrated we lost. I don't like losing. I feel like everybody could play better, including myself. It starts with me and trickles down to everybody else. Accountability, Jaden, love it. Jaden Daniels, and if he's healthy enough to do all that he typically can at quarterback. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be on the field right now. On his hand, I'm straight. Just got a little cut on how it happened. He said I couldn't even tell you. So Jaden got to bounce back. Jaden and Cliff, this weekend, I want them to be watching games together. I want them to be hanging out this weekend. It's a half a bye week. Like, we don't play till the 24th. We have 10 days until our next game. They better use every fucking day to get this offense back. And defense, you just got to do whatever you did tonight and do that every game. And if Marshawn probably plays against Dallas, that's a 10-day space. Great. Perfect. Love it. Until then, I'm not really even like factoring him into the defense until he's on the field. But I think 10 days is enough for him to play against Dallas. But tackle-wise, y'all, I think that everybody's just banged up. Everybody's hurt. Everybody's tired. Everybody's fucking drained, worn out. Because before this week, and I want to say like half of last week, tackles have been great. The whole offensive line's been a top 8-9 unit in the NFL, like with everything. Pass rush, zone runs, man runs, fucking block schemes, pull acrosses. Everything's been great, honestly. The O-line's been great. What happened today? I don't know. What if the Eagles get the Eckler fumble and that kickoff? It'd have been crazy. There would have been momentum. Everybody's going to forget it. I certainly didn't forget. I would have definitely not forgotten if Eagles would have gotten it, but definitely didn't forget it. It was a momentum thing. But like I said, if we would have got that fumble, like who knows? It didn't happen though. We lost the game straight up. Terry for 10 yards. Put respect on Quinton Mitchell's name. Best corner in the NFC East. Ooh, Marshawn Lattimore is here, y'all. I forgot to tell y'all. I love Quinton Mitchell though. Like, I loved him coming out of Toledo. Dude's a dog. I said this is a great fucking matchup. A whole week, I was like, I cannot wait to see this matchup. And shout out to Quinion. I'm not mad at it. I'm not gonna sit here and talk shit and say, oh nah, Quinion, like Terry's a dog too, bro. Like, I'm not mad at it. We're good. Shout out to Real for the super chat. We're good, but we're not up there yet. I agree. We are still ahead of schedule. Like, we are still ahead of schedule, y'all. We're 7-4. This fucking sucks. I get it. We've got to sleep. We got to sleep this one off. Drink it off. Whatever you got to do, take the edge off. This fucking sucks, y'all. I know it sucks. This is not the team we've been watching all season. Not the team. Like I think this is still a playoff team. I'm still expecting this team to hit the playoffs. I love the rest of our schedule. The fact that we even have a chance in the first season of the biggest rebuild in the NFL, like, that's enough for me. My entire existence on this earth has been the worst fucking football in the history of Washington. From the Redskins to the fucking Washington football team to the Commanders, my entire existence has been this team sucking. I was born immediately after the Super Bowl. Immediately after the Super Bowl, I was born. This is the most exciting I have been for a season in my entire existence of 31 years. I know I look like a young buck. I'm not. This doesn't faze me. A lot of us have been through some shit. I'm pissed, but I think we're way ahead of schedule. I'm thinking long-term right now. I still think we make the playoffs. I still think we make the playoffs. I still think we are way better than anyone thought we would be this year. Way better. But this team's got to fucking revamp. They gotta figure it out. We need that same team back that we had. That bye week is going to hit like crack in the locker room. That bye week is going to be a spiritual experience. Like, and the only thing good about playing Thursday is you do get a half a bye. That's the only good thing. Like, it sucks you're playing a short week on the front end, but on the back end, you get a half a bye week to really just figure things out. Daniel said on the fourth down play, he needed to call the cadence louder. Crowd was loud. The timing of the snap was off. So even as a rookie, like, Jaden said he had a bad game, said it starts with him and trickles down to the rest of the team, said he just didn't play good, said the fourth down call was his fault. Like, my boy's taking accountability for everything. Like, respect. Offense was Ruby Rose ass. Got to be better. On to the next. Losing this game sucks, but on to the next. Radar. That's the best thing I've ever said on the show. First off, Ruby Rose, God tier ass. So I agree with you. This is not good. The offense was Ruby Rose ass. This is why you subscribe to the channel, because you get this kind of insight that you don't get anywhere. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I know this is a gloomy, depressing ass stream, but we don't deserve to be like hype right now because that was bad. Like, I know I said like think long term, but this one still does fucking suck because I hate Philly so much. Like I said, if this was the Falcons or something, we're mad, but it hits different being Philly. It hits different being Philly. And I have so many Eagles fans in this chat right now. Y'all go spend time with your wives. Go call your family. Like, go to bed. You got to have something better to do with your lives. But no, not mad at all. Not mad at all. When we beat y'all in December, I'm going to make sure I hop in y'all's chats and blow that shit up. But thank you, Radar, for the comparison of how ass we were. Shout out to Ruby Rose. Fuck CJ Gardner-Johnson. Did he even do anything? Q's better than Lattimore. He's smoking crack. With that being said, relax, folks. We're winning out. Thank you, Radar. Definitely. The Crimson Wolf said, trash fucking game. Good night. I feel it, man. I feel you. Commanders are going downhill from here. Absolutely not. I'm telling you, man, this mini bye is going to be like a spa day, and then that bye week is going to be like fucking meeting Jesus, like getting baptized. That bye week, we're going to feel so much better after that. Nico says we straight this mini bye. Thank you that you agree. And the real bye, the bounce back going to be strong. Not gonna lie, I hope the media start calling them trash again because not gonna lie, glazing them and Jaden has been getting to the head. It's been different. Turning on all these. I mean, I don't watch a lot of them because I think a majority of them suck. But like NFL, I like Good Morning Football, but you will never watch me watching fucking like Stephen A. Smith, like Get Up or any of those like you will never catch me watching those. But just seeing them talking about like, oh yeah, Jaden Daniels in Washington, they're for real. It's different. I like it. But I kind of do want to be underdogs again so we can keep talking that shit when we actually win when we win some more games and make the playoffs. I want us to be the team that no one's talking about. But we've been playing so well up to now that we were the team that was getting talked about. So Brent said Cliff needs to adjust. He's looking like old Cliff in Arizona. Yeah. The last few have been bad, but once again, y'all, who the fuck do we have playing wide receiver? Like the Eagles have AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Saquon Barkley. We have Austin Eckler, Zach Ertz, Terry McLaurin, Olamide Zaccheaus, Noah Brown. Like if you just look on paper, we're on a fucking different tier. Like Terry, 1 catch, 10 yards, man. That's going to bother me. And I know he already talked about it, but that bothers me so much. Amir, appreciate the super chat. Who am I liking for wide receiver targets in the draft for Washington? It depends what you want from your wide receivers. I put out a post on Twitter saying my favorite trio going into next season would be Terry, T. Higgins, and Egbuka in the slot out of Ohio State. Egbuka is explosive. I would love to see him in the slot. I know we got Luke McCaffrey, but I'm thinking high ceiling. Egbuka in the slot would be nasty. Depending where we pick and where they fall, obviously Luther Burden would be amazing. I don't see him falling that far. Same with McMillan. I think he's wide receiver 1. Travis Hunter, I kind of like him more at corner, but I don't know what team he's going to go 1 or 2 overall. Anyways, Trey Harris would be a beast out of Ole Miss. He's probably one of my favorite fits for like what I want, like someone that can take the top off of defense. I think Trey Harris would be a home run. Trying to think off the top of my head who else. I just started scouting. Let me pull up the draft board real quick for you because I appreciate the super chat. I just started doing a lot of scouting stuff, so I might honestly Friday. I was thinking about this anyways, or tomorrow, or maybe I'll do it Saturday. Doing like a mid-season mock draft. I usually do that every year, anyways. But we usually suck. That's why I usually do it. But let me see. Big board for PFF. I can't remember. But I was kind of just thinking about doing that because we do have some needs. And also I like doing scouting and stuff and doing scouting reports around December anyways because there's so many players. You can't just cram it all in like January, February, March. So many players. So I was kind of thinking beginning of December start rolling out like scouting reports and doing like videos on them in addition to the Washington stuff. Because if y'all know me, I do scouting. That's like my thing. That's my bread and butter. The NFL draft is my safe haven. So looking, A.O. Minor from Stanford would be a beast too. 6'2", 210. Isaiah Bond, I don't think he falls to us. Xavier Restrepo, beast. Out of Miami. Jalen Royals is a guy I'm super excited about. He accepted his invite to the Senior Bowl. I'll be there for that. I cannot wait to see him. He's a monster. Evan Stewart, Nick. There's some like super under the radar guys. Ty Felton out of Maryland. If y'all are Maryland fans, love him. Ricky White out of UNLV is a beast too. There's some like super underrated guys. I'm fine with getting either a corner or a wide receiver in the first. If it's a wide receiver in the first, I would hope it's Luther Bird. If he falls at 4, I doubt it. Emeka Egbuka, like I said. I don't think Restrepo is a first-round guy. Jalen Royals, I don't think is a first-round guy. I think they have Trey Harris low. I think he's a guy that could eventually go to the first round, maybe second. But we need help at wide receiver. If you watch that game tonight, We need help at wide receiver. It's nothing new. We came into the season knowing we needed help at wide receiver. We're like, hey, please go get Ayuk. Didn't happen. Like I said, there were some names that floated out around the trade deadline. There's a lot of smoke that we were calling around for wide receivers, but none of them blew us away. Like I said, we weren't going to trade premium picks for Marshawn Lattimore and Amari Cooper or Hop. So it's going to be some small wide receivers. So it's going to be Adam Thielen. It was going to be KJ Osborne. It was no one that was going to move the needle. Like Cooper Kupp wasn't actually really available when the Rams started winning games. Like we just need some help, man. We need help at wide receiver, like so bad. I'm not going to lie, Jaden playing his worst game possible against a fully healthy Eagles team, and our defense shut them down for 3 quarters, gave me all the confidence I wanted to see. They're big worried. That's the thing. They came into this game surprisingly healthy. Mailata getting elevated from the IR, like they had all their guys. They were good. They were good to go. We came into this game banged up. And I know B-Rob still played, but there's no way in hell he was 100%. 3 of our starting tackles. Not a lot of teams have 3 starting tackles. We do. We were so hurt, man. Let's see. Cameron McDowell, appreciate the super chat. I think we still win the East if we split with Philly. I mean, we definitely got to sweep the Cowboys, which we will. I just don't see them. I mean, it's going to come down to the better overall schedule at that point. They don't really have the hardest schedule. We need them to somehow slip up against the Cowboys or Giants one time, which I just don't see happening, especially Saquon having to play the Giants again. They won the first one 28-3. They blew out the Cowboys. They beat us good tonight. They have the Rams next week. We need them to lose that one. They have the Ravens. I mean, that's going to be a great game. Panthers, they'll win. Steelers, that's another really good physical game. Could we finish with a better record than the Eagles? I mean, they have 2 games on us right now, really. We've played one more game than them. But we're 7-4 and they're 8-2. I mean, if I had to guess today, I'd say the Eagles win the East. We need them to lose 3 more games, which I just don't see happening. I don't see them losing 3 games. Rams, Ravens. I mean, if we beat them, then that's 3, but I don't know. I think we just miss winning the NFC East. I still have faith in this team. I know there's a lot of people saying, shut it down. We suck. This isn't who we thought we were. I still have faith in this team. I know I sound stupid, but I do. I still think we make the playoffs. The thing that sucks about making the playoffs, though, is that the NFC is loaded. We're going to be like a 7 or 6 seed and have to play like the 49ers in the first round, or play like the Falcons in the first round, or the Packers or the Vikings. And then the next game is going to be like the Eagles again. And then we're going to have to go to Detroit for the NFC Championship game. So it's not easy. Meanwhile, the AFC has like the Broncos. Who else was in there? I saw like the Chargers, like some very beatable teams. I was like, God, it's not even. The NFC is loaded this year. The AFC looks bad outside of the Ravens and the Chiefs. Are like the only hope that the AFC has. I'm still not really buying the Steelers of winning these big games. Maybe they can because they have Mike Tomlin. Anything's possible. But the NFC is stacked. That's why I said this one's a must win to me, because you want to win the division, especially with this playoff seed that's going to be happening. And I know there's still a lot of games to be played, but the way it's shaping out, this is going to be a fucking gauntlet of an NFC playoff. Some random team could very much so go to the NFC Championship game. You could see some Packers, or I'm not saying that they're random, but like a 6 or 7 seed, but they're just all so good. Like the 49ers could be a low seed that goes all the way. The Packers could be a low seed that go all the way. The Vikings, I mean, Sam Darnold looks like ass the last few games, but the Vikings could be a random like low seed team that goes all the way. You just don't know. The Cardinals, I don't know. They're winning the division. Like, I don't know. But to me, that's why I kept saying this is a must-win game, because you want to win the East. I did not want to leave into the hands of all these other random teams that are just really good. Like I would not want to play the Packers first game of the playoffs and then have to play two more, or the Falcons. I wouldn't. Give me the fucking Broncos or the Chargers in the first week of a playoff. Absolutely. So that's why, to me, I was like, this is a must win, because the Eagles are now 8-2. We're 7-4. All we can do now is take care of business, take care of our own. Don't worry about nothing else. Enjoy this mini bye. Beat the Cowboys, beat the Titans, beat the Saints, beat the Eagles, get our lick back, beat the Falcons, which is going to be tough. Hopefully they're like resting players at that point. Second to last game of the season. I think the Falcons are good. And then smack the Cowboys in their home stadium to end the season with Cooper Rush at quarterback. We just got to take care of our own. We got to handle business. We got to be doing our thing, man. Appreciate all the super chats tonight. Appreciate everyone blowing up the chats tonight. I know it's been hard, but I think these are the most fun ones, because y'all are awesome. And hit that subscribe button. Trying to hit the road to 5K. Once I hit 5K, I'll definitely be doing something on the channel, and doing some kind of giveaway. I got a lot of cool shit, signed stuff. I mean, I got like Terry autographed rookie cards. I got autographed Terry jersey. Don't really know what I'm gonna give away yet, but definitely want to give back to y'all. Y'all know I'm at this full time now, doing this in the Bleacher Report content. So definitely hit that subscribe button. This is not the end of the world, guys. This one is awful. It sucks. I would have loved to beat these guys tonight, because God, Eagles fans talk so much, and just read the chats and you'll see that. But we can't. We gotta take this one. Got our ass whooped. Just like when you did when you're little, you got your ass whooped. You just took it like a man or a woman. I don't know if women in the chat got their ass beat when they were little, but I did a couple times. I definitely did, and I learned my lesson. I just took it, but we're gonna get ours back. I promise y'all that. Let's end this with some positives and some negatives. Positives: Mikey Samerstill's a beast. Luvu's a beast. Jeremy Chin needs to be re-signed. I agree, Radar. Jeremy Chin's a fucking monster. Love how he plays. Negatives: Jaden looked bad. Cliff was bad. The play calling of fourth down was probably one of the worst I've ever seen. Ever. That was awful. Zane has been kicking the shit out the ball as a random guy we signed. Like I said, we gave him Chris Coley's jersey. He's been kicking it. I don't know. Positive: we don't have to watch us play Sunday, which is kind of sad to say. 2 straight L's is the first time in the season we took 2 straight L's. That's a negative. I guess the positive too, that we haven't had more. Positive: we are way ahead of schedule. Our record is better than I thought it would be. I did not think we'd be second in the NFC East over halfway through the season. So that's some positives. Take what you want. You can be the positive fan. You can be the negative fan. You can be the neutral fan. I feel like I am right in the middle. Like, I'm pissed. But like I said, if this was the Falcons game and we lost this one, is the sky still falling? No. Are we still mad about what we saw? Absolutely. Are we concerned about Jaden? Yes. Are we concerned about the play calling? Yes. Are we concerned about the wide receivers or lack of? Yes. The defense is a emotional roller coaster. It's either going to be really good or it's going to be really bad. And I'm proud of what they did tonight, man, against this Philly roster. Mikey Samerstill, bro. I might get that jersey. I might have to. I'm not even kidding. If he gets one more interception the rest of the season, I'll get his jersey. Or I'll give one away on here for like the 5K subs. That might be it. Because Mikey Samerstill is the future. And I said this so early in the season. I was like, Mikey Samerstill is going to be the guy that they build this defense around for the future. Like, long term. I think Newton is too. People are going to hate me for that. But Newton's a fucking monster. It's coming. Just wait. Man. I love how y'all thinking the sky is falling. Y'all got JD. Y'all be fine. I appreciate it. We still think the sky's falling. Still on track. My prediction, I said we'd split against the Eagles and split the Steelers, Falcons games. I mean, yeah, I didn't think we would sweep the Eagles. I think it's kind of asking a lot. I feel like we were gonna. I felt like we were gonna sweep the Giants. I thought we were gonna split the Eagles and split the Cowboys. Things have obviously changed for Dallas. I think that's a sweep now. I think so. Let's end it on this 7-4. I think we beat the Cowboys. Go 8-4. Beat the Titans. Go 9-4. Beat the Saints. Go 10-4. Beat the Eagles. Go 11-4. Lose to the Falcons. Go 11-5. Beat the Cowboys. Go 12-5. I mean, 12-5 has got to be good enough for like a 4 seed, right? Am I tripping? Or like a 5 seed? I mean, like I said, I don't think we'll win the division now. I just don't see the Eagles losing 3 more. I don't see it. And then if it comes down to a tiebreaker, I don't know. If it comes to like I don't know how they do it now. They changed it. We'll see. But I think we finished 12-5. And if you would have told me that at the beginning of the season, I would have fucking gone crazy. I'd be like, "There's no way we go 12-5." I think you mean 5-12. So even if we 10 is my magic number. If we hit 10 wins, because that's what I said at the beginning of the season when I did my prediction, I said this team's gonna win 10 games. People thought I was nuts. If this team wins 10 games, it is a good season for me because we are way ahead of schedule. Anything over 10, I'm ecstatic about. If we only win 2 more games the rest of the season, I'm a little concerned because the schedule is favorable. It is favorable. I don't see like we should not lose more than 2 games. We shouldn't even lose 2 games. We should not lose more than 2 games. Absolutely not. But yeah, man, this one sucked. I appreciate y'all coming by. We're gonna wrap this chat up. Hit that subscribe button. I'm gonna do some more stuff here on the channel. I'm gonna start streaming Madden for y'all too, which is fun. Like I said, I'm gonna do a mid-season mock draft either tomorrow night or Saturday night. I got to see what I got going on. I got some guest appearances on some show tomorrow. That's gonna be fun, especially after this one and this weekend. So I'll see. Maybe Sunday night. I don't know. I gotta see what I got going on. I got a lot going on this weekend. I'm a busy guy. But I appreciate y'all. Hit the like button on your way out and hit the subscribe button as well. 5K, I will do a giveaway. So stay tuned for that. Appreciate y'all. I know it sucks, but we have 10 days to either dwell on it or get over it and think about whooping the Cowboys' ass right before Thanksgiving. Y'all have a good night. Stay blessed, and all will be fine. I promise y'all. Peace.